Hello and welcome to the Everything Is Black and White podcast. Give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe on the channel. Andrew Musgrave here. The aftermath of Newcastle United's 1-0 victory over Manchester United, and what a performance by the Magpies. Thoroughly deserved it. In truth, should have been 3, maybe 4 goals to Newcastle United. In the end, it was just the solo one from Anthony Gordon just after the interval. He tapped home a superb cross by Kieran Trippier at the Leeds end. Newcastle, of course, in the first half, they saw Kieran Trippier hit the ball with the free kick. Isak had a shot deflected just wide, and there weren't too many of the clear-cut chances, but what Newcastle United did really well was just dominate the ball. They actually had 22 shots on goal. I think it was about 4 on target. You could tell that Unana, the goalkeeper, he was nervous every time he got the ball. Newcastle pressed him really well and the crowd were on his back, and it was a real good partnership between the crowd and the players on the pitch. It all rolled into what was just a fantastic evening for Newcastle United. And the thing that stood out the most was that, you know, these are two teams who played in midweek, played Champions League football. One team was unchanged from their Champions League exploits, and actually the sub today wasn't made until the 86th minute mark. Richie finally coming on, and Man United I think made 4 changes altogether to begin with, and yet it was Newcastle United, the same Newcastle United that went up against PSG for what was it, 98 minutes, that had the heartbreak in Paris. It was that side that wanted it more, that had the extra yard, had the intensity, and Man United just could not handle it. Man United was an embarrassment, truth be told. They look lost. They're a team without leaders. If they're not arguing with the referee, they're arguing with themselves. It was a poor performance by Man United, but don't take anything away from Newcastle United, who were absolutely superb tonight. And I think, if anything, they'll be slightly disappointed they didn't win the game by more goals than one. A little bit nervous towards the end. There was a goal ruled out, but it was clear offside as soon as it hit Maguire. The referee delayed putting his flag up, but it was no surprise and eventually did go up. And Man United had no ideas at all. And it tells you something about how well Newcastle United dominated this game, that the substitutions that Ten Hag made, Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial going off. I mean, Rashford is meant to be the goal scorer. I know he's only scored 2 goals this season, but he's meant to be the main threat. And Newcastle United's defence had him in his pocket, had him in their pocket, and he got subbed off because he was ineffective. And to be fair, everyone in red was pretty much ineffective, and Newcastle United dominated from the word goal. And you just have to be impressed. You just have to be impressed. We already are, because we watched Newcastle week in, week out. This time 2 years ago, what they were, the winners in the Premier League. It's mind blowing, isn't it? But I think people are starting to realise now, with the level of performances, just how good Newcastle United are, the stamina that they have got to continue in this vein it's unbelievable. I would love to see their training routine, because they just have so much stamina. I say that the same team started tonight that started in Paris, and they didn't look tired at all. Somehow, I don't know what the secret is, but Eddie Howe was doing a fantastic job. You run out of superlatives to say it, because every single week we just seem to be saying the same thing time and time again. They're so well organised, they're so well drilled, they want it more, they've got more fight than the opposition, they've got the stamina, they've got the staying power. Just a tremendous side. It does unfortunately come with one negative: Nick Pope having to go off. Martin Dubravka came on for him. It looked pretty bad straight away. He goes down. It was actually a fantastic block from Fabian Schär just in front of him that stopped what looked like a certain goal. And then straight away, Pope's hand goes up in the air. It looks like Man United aren't actually going to put it out. Thankfully they do, because Man United won the attack and they could just tap it into an empty net. They put it out. On come the trainers, and yeah, he leaves holding his shoulder. It looked pretty bad. Haven't seen what Eddie Howe said about it yet, but when will Newcastle's luck with injuries change? Nick Pope, he's got his critics. Can he play with the ball at his feet? No, I don't think anyone will argue that, but he is the best shot stopper in the Premier League. And to be handed that blow when you've still got 2 weeks of games coming up, Everton Thursday, Tottenham on Sunday, then the Champions League, then the League Cup. I mean, that is a massive problem. I mean, we'll wait to see. Hopefully it doesn't transpire to be as bad as it looked, but it did look pretty nasty. It looks like Martin Dubravka might have to step into his shoes. A more than capable goalkeeper, but not quite Nick Pope. But we wait and see the news on that. And hopefully, I mean, Everton on Thursday probably comes too soon for the likes of, well, Sean Longstaff, Joe Willock. I mean, and also, if I'm not mistaken, I think Joe Linton now will be missing because of a booking, so that doesn't help things either. Who comes in for him? I mean, they'll be hoping Longstaff is back, but nothing's certain. You've got Lewis Miley, who's obviously started the day. First half looked really good, second half a little bit more quiet. Bruno back to his best, running all over the place aggressively, picking the passes, really played that anchor role really well for Newcastle United. Look, man of the match, you probably could have 5-6 contenders, but I think probably there's only one man that gets in a category above them. That's Tino Livramento. I mean, what a signing this lad is. There was a lot of noses turned up with a price tag, but he's been absolutely tremendous. And again today, defensively and attacking wise, absolutely brilliant. And quite interestingly, times in the second half, he was pretty much playing as a left winger. That's how camped Man United were in their own half. He was tremendous. Brilliant performance by him, but brilliant performance all around by several players. Joe Linton, a rocky midfield, Bruno the anchor, he's acted a lot of running. Gordon, a reminder to Gareth Southgate again. You know, yes, he scored the goal, but he did loads more than that, loads of running, defensive work. But I think the other question you've got to ask ahead of Thursday is just how long this team, the same team, can keep going, because by the end of it, Miggy looked absolutely knackered. Isak looked tired as well, and they only brought on Matt Ritchie, Martin Dubravka. So, but that's all to talk about in the week, in the build up to the game against Everton. For now, it's all about Newcastle United moving up the fifth, moving a couple of points ahead of Manchester United after beating them 1-0 at St James Park, a freezing St James Park. But I'm about to walk down the big market. It's lively, it's boisterous, people are going to be in good spirits. What a win for Newcastle United. A statement sent out, but to be fair, they've been sending that kind of statement out for a long while now. They are here to stay in the top six. A big win in the search for top four football. Tremendous from Newcastle United once again.